How to tell if I've actually gone live because I can't see it. Oh, there's the chat. The chat's over here.
Cool.
Listed on for YouTube.
Yeah.
So I don't have to figure out where my stream is at on my. Yeah, I just gotta. Well, I could probably close YouTube. At least I can alt tab to that. Can I make that top level?
You can pop it out by grabbing the.
This.
No, that's adjust the size. Should be able to pop it out. Cool. Try dragging the word live. No. Okay.
What else? I mean, I know that I'm not necessarily looking at myself doing stuff, but a quick alt tab. I'm not. I mean, what? Maybe a Torghast? Well, it's like Soul Forges and some other bullshit this week. I'm like, I don't care. So it says no viewers. I'm just kind of go to youtube.com/ yeah. Prepare to mute the site just because I don't want to have any feedback.
Yeah. Evening stream after Pokemon?
Yeah. Am I down in the corner?
You are.
Okay. Unmute and we'll deal with any weird feedback. So. I don't want to have any feedback. Wow, that is a delay as all hell out. 30. Yeah. Am I down in the corner? Okay. Unmute will deal with any weird feedback. So. Wow, that is a delay as all hell out. 30. There's a 25-second fucking delay. You can mute.
Good God, it's only 25 seconds.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's why I wanted to say something. Sign in to chat. Oh God, no. Sign in. All your messages will appear. Open in web browser. Sure. Open in web browser. Okay. Say something. There is. Hello, folks. There is a 25-second delay on video. So don't expect instant answers.
Did you send?
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to. Pin message. There it is.
There it is.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. You can keep that in the background if you want, but I'm just like sitting here.
Yeah.
There's also like massive typos in it, so. Dapper Do. Do I want to go do that? Lunarlight Pod, Animagones, Lay Ore. Fine, I will go throw crap at crap. Oh, so I saw in BlizzCon they finished the, they have a whole panel and video kind of affects things of the Treant mount.
Oh.
That we all voted on. It you know, and I kind of watched the whole little thing this morning about how it's supposed to work and do stuff. But it's like you sit in like a saddle on its head. But then there's like a little caterpillar inside like the nook of the little hole of a tree that pokes his head out every once in a while, and you're like, who's really in control? What do you want, Marasmius? You got stocks, Banks of Life. Let's go get my chest. Look! Sparklies! I always pick these things up because it's like, why not? I'm feeling speedy! What's up, Pokemon? Go up here. Nope, nothing on the chat yet. Says there's 3 viewers, but who knows? At least they're viewing. I can't read the chat, I just have to like alt-tab a little bit to read it. I haven't properly set this up. But you wanted me to do it on YouTube, so I'm like, sweet! But I'm gonna be bored if I just sit here and hey. So yeah, I could probably shrink WoW. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder if that. I'm not gonna deal with it. All right. This bug. Nope, no chance. That bug, honestly, is really hard to see whether or not I hit the flowers around this lunar light pod.
Oh.
Yeah. So I saw at Yumbo. I'm not sure if I picked up the other ones from Yumbo or if they're from Albertheim, but like the caramel saisonau and the milk and the espresso. But I found ones from Yumbo that are still the pas Eiches Easter eggs, and they're creme brulee. Oh. And I was like, well, at least it's a different flavor. I'm not sure if I'd like it. I don't really know what creme brulee actually tastes like, so...
Caramelized sugar.
So all sugar, because caramelizing sugar tastes like sugar to me, just warm. And I could do that in the microwave. Like, a donut is caramelized sugar to me. My palate is so weak.
Your palate is weird.
Crunch.
Crunch, crunch.
Crunch. Alright. I gotta count these. 1... 2... 3, 4... It's hidden in here, isn't it? Oh, it's one of these little weird ones. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's possible, like, someone will come in and chat. Jacob will see what's up. Like, I'm using a different program, so it's not perfect. Because there's still a 25-second delay.
Yeah.
That's not fun. Well, I guess I got them all. Totem of Stolen Mojo and Temporal Leaves. How many more am I? 15 hours on fucking Seed. God dang it.
Take your time.
Our raid battle is starting nearby. I literally, like, my game is lagging because of that notification. Like I said, the things last only half an hour, and they only sit in egg form for like 3 minutes, so you know what's going to show up. And so, like, every hour, there's been a different city or a different theme, so there's 2 different raids for each event, but not every raid pops at exactly the same time, so it's just like, there's a raid starting near you, there's a raid starting near you, there's a raid starting near you, and you're like,
Could you lend them a hand?
I know. I know, like, and it's all the gyms. So you can imagine at Oyster Park, when I've got 15 raids up, it's not just Oyster Park, it's like, I could see all the way, I don't know if they increased the view distance a little bit or something, but like, I was getting like, Brarai Hetai next to, with the Hoyer, and I was also getting Amstel Station. Like, trains on a wall sort of thing.
Wow.
Yeah. I found Rio Pump House, where that one guy keeps doing, so I almost walked to it, but then I didn't really want to leave Oyster Park. Oh, I need to go get a flute. Oh, it's flute day. Whatever. Flute days are good. But yeah, I brought back a little bit of extra beers. Tomorrow's vlog will explain that I swung by Yumbo to get a bunch of beers for
Is it time
tonight.
already?
You said you didn't set a time for the burgers, that they're just gonna, but they're so backed up as is.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's warm out. Like, until I went inside Yumbo, where, like, they try to keep it colder for the wine, I guess? Like, I wasn't even anywhere close to cold.
That's good.
Yeah. So... Can I share this whole thing at all, or... Oh, Ardenmoth die. Test widgets. No, no. Trying to figure out if I can, like, share to, like, Twitter or something.
Be able to.
Hang on. I'm not seeing anything close to a share button.
Maybe in settings.
Wow, there's a...
gear icon in the bottom.
Okay, like, nothing on here even says settings, Aaron. You got, like, this is the first time me using this program.
Okay, now. Hit done. I'll figure it out on my computer.
Okay, I was like... Aaron had used this program before, and I'm not sure how many times, but I assumed once. And Aaron is pretty thorough in his understanding of things before he uses them. I'm a little bit more brash with things. So I figured he had all this figured out.
Yeah. Not so much.
Yeah.
To be a studio, I want Streamlabs.
I might as well just go to my actual YouTube channel. Click. Share. Copy. Let's just share that to Twitter. Evening stream after Pokemon. Come watch! And chat during lockdowns. Here we go. Hey, burrowing Gormling. Come here. Blop. What are you, Dratini? Fucking cats. Yeah, I have my pure espresso caramel. These are just generic. They're not. They're from Deligata. But they're not like pre-wrapped. Because like the other ones are wrapped in like little foil. So you could like buy 4 packages and put them all in a thing and have people guess. Mason Helton. I'm at IHOP. I hope you're having pancakes. Where'd my Gormling go? But yeah, there's just 25-second delay. I already tested it earlier. It's insane. I'm going to try to check the chats as often as possible, but it's going to be a bit before the video comes through. It's just like, it's going to be a pretty stable stream, but it's going to be delayed. And I think because it's going through a program which is then going through YouTube, which is then going out to the internet. Whereas before I was just flat out straight going to Twitch. So that had the minimal latency. This has at least a hiccup in the middle. Always gotta have issues with middle management. And you start getting too much middle management. And then you turn into... who's that? No, not Dilbert. I was thinking like when you get too much middle management and nothing works right, you start turning into the guys with the ears. Wayoon.
Oh,
But no, I keep forgetting that they are middle management.
yeah.
Because you have your grunch and you have your bosses.
And then you have the guys in the middle.
Now, and the Dominion's actually really good at it. I could make a joke that not a lot of people are going to get. But when you have excessive middle management, welcome to Philips.
Yeah.
I'm always amazed at
Yeah.
the trouble they manage.
Philips is a big company in the Netherlands, and a lot of people have worked for them. So we've heard the internal stories. My backup quarterback works for Philips. So he's told me the stories of people like requesting this, requesting that, requesting this, requesting that, and people are like, yeah, not my job, not my job, not my job. Ask this guy. And he's like, what? I can't get anything done. I need to present this thing in like a month. And nobody's answering any questions.
Yeah.
That's a stable master.
My wares are
Just sell
second
stuff.
to none.
Oh.
Thank you.
If anybody plays WoW and is watching this or whatever, you can. So I'm probably gonna idly talk about spoilers from BlizzCon that happened last night. Like, what is the thing I said? Oh, because the game is. Because I'm in a rest area right now, and I only have it piping the game, I can browse Twitter without people seeing weird things. Telling us just 4 minutes ago, how many "this changes everything" have we had so far? You just go to my own profile. I said something, and I can't remember if it was a response or anything. Oh, everyone gacking out over Kareshri getting shanked like she PvPs against all rogues, but really, Stormwind and Arthur's theme played over each other while Uther and Anduin passed each other, and Clay's words are critical there. Like, everyone's like, oh my god, Kareshri! I'm like, oh my god, do you realize what happened in 3 seconds? Yeah, Kareshri died. Not what I'm talking about. I don't really care. Other people have been posting like father like son, and it just shows Anduin going ah with Charlemagne and Varian doing the same thing to the Fell Reaver. Ah! And I'm like, ugh, going a little bit weird there, aren't we, guys?
I don't think you can actually tweet directly from Streamlabs.
No. No. I'm not seeing anything. It might be on the Prime thing. I don't have any theme set up. How's IHOP? Good pancakes? Oh, shit. That's you. Well, the chat's fairly responsive.
Yeah.
It's like, I heard you...
When you typed, it took like 10 seconds to show up.
Because I was going through this weird youtube.com/live chat. It's like everything's... it's weird, and I think I should just probably, you know... click this, hit mute, and like, deal with it here.
Fair.
I mean, be easier because then I know that where I'm at in the game.
Where
It's like
is the strike?
if it shows I haven't taken off from here yet, then
Yeah.
I've just muted the stream. 3 perfect Arden Moth wing scales. So, I'm just like sitting here grinding
Good.
anima. That's all I'm really doing on this stream. Anybody wants to chat, you chat. I mean, we haven't technically been to IHOP since your sister.
Wow.
And before that was before we even like,
The moth cocoons in Shimmerbow are
I mean, there were probably a
out of
few times that we
control.
went.
Can you help collect
But like you
the
hadn't even
nuts?
been since what, the end of June, mid-June. I mean, that was the least because that's when you came here, and then like 3 or 4 weeks. Oh, that was like early July. I keep thinking you came in like mid-June, but you were only here 3 weeks.
Before you got here, yeah.
So that was like the end of June. Maybe we did.
Still, it's been so long.
Well, it's been over a year now because it's been a year since we've seen your family. Because that was back in the States and that was December. Okay, what do we need to do here? I'm not doing Poopa Trooper. We need return those anima cones. Sorry, I'm also checking Pokemon. No, I don't want the anima cones. Just wing it. Just wing it. Just wing it. That's not a good. Like right now, I'm just kind of letting the beers cool down and calm down because I was walking with them in the backpack for like an hour. But like a Shapes Rex, and a Trappist, and then a Harlson Interbulk, and it should be pretty good. At least everything is timed. Well, it may be delayed due to the chat, but at least they're gonna see me like doing my arcane missile or missile barrage. I still call it missile barrage, even though that's so Wrath of the Witch King. It's too far away. And yes, I make little gun things when I fire off the kill shot of an arcane barrage, so. Pew! Not all the time, but sometimes. Sometimes my arcane blast crits, and I'm like, ooh, you did way too much more damage. Boom! Come on, boof. Let's see, it's 7 o'clock, add 10, so it's like 10 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. At least everybody in the United States is awake right now.
That's fair.
I don't have a target.
I love the Naya's tools burrs, but sometimes it doesn't proc until the enemy is dead. Or it procs at the very beginning and it doesn't catch right away and they don't get slowed at all. Like, what's the point? Why am I even attempting to slow you and then have you take bleed damage when you're not even gonna get slowed because you move and then it applies? I should probably go do that misery business down in the mall after this.
Quest is such a pain.
I hate it. I know, but it's sort of like I kind of want to. How much Stygia do I have? See, I should probably also go down and grind some Stygia, get that last one, that last thing up to 200, and then see if they'll move up beyond that one. Because if they do, I'm gonna be farming for a long time. But I wonder if I move one up, if I can start looting them out of the boxes. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Because I'm when it comes down to World of Warcraft, I am super free to play. I am not, but I'm paying for WoW, but so I'm obviously not free to play, but I'm really trying to get as much as I can do without, or I'm trying to get as best as I can without littlest effort,
Yeah.
with the littlest effort. Google Voice. Netherlands is one of the best countries
I think
for
agree.
remote working in 2021.
Well, I hella agree.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, there's Matt. 25-second delay. I'm gonna keep saying that one. It's really. Alright, you're moderating the chat of sorts, I guess.
Like, I don't have any mod permissions, but yes.
Oh yeah. It did send through. Weird. Where am I going? I'm going up here to go find more mods. Hey man. I mean, I did pin it, so it says, "Hey, hello, folks. There is a 25 sec." Like that's the pin, and then people can read that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Should be fine. What? Here. Apparently, I can get it from all moths, not just the big fat ones.
Nice.
Only the fat ones will do. I just think the big fat ones are probably going to give me like the chance of like 2 or 3 of them. Smack. What was that quest? Only the fat ones will do. That's from emo ghost guy, Night Elf. He's trying to get what's his bucket's potion to get fixed, and it was Galahad's potions. Get some liver, get some bear livers. Only the fat ones will do. Ooh. So if you guys see like my face brightening every so often, it's because I've alt-tabbed over to the chat. As for the, that is until I get down to, like, Orbos or something, or if I happen to jump over to Bastion, then, like, everything's bright until 9.1.
Dude, spoilers.
Of course it's spoilers. You got shanked so hard. Let's go to the northwest side. Oink. Warlocks. Oh no, you're a hunter. You're just on that. On the horseman's mount. You see a goblin. I like it. Probably the little guy probably had a pet too on the side of him, and I was like, "Yeah, it's a warlock." Why? Pet, flaming hoof thing. Like that was a wolf. Yeah, it's an owl. I just realized that the stream is on a delay. It was an owl flapping next to him, and I still blamed him as being a warlock.
Well, at least you don't assume everything is hunters anymore.
But that's the stupid thing, is because when I was going through and looking at the 9.05 changes and how the Covenant stuff is affecting the Covenant changes or might affect the balance of stuff, like 83% of hunters are Night Fae. And I'm like, I get it, like under a roleplay thing or the Wild Hunt. And like, you know, maybe their male set looks pretty good for hunters, I guess. I don't know. And it is also BIS for hunters.
Yeah.
But it's still just like, like, oh, TJ, didn't you do like BIS for Arcane Mage? Yeah, I didn't realize that. Like, Aaron will die on that hill. I didn't choose Night Fae because somebody said it was best in slot Covenant.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna go Night Fae, and then I read up that it was best in slot and went, well, I guess it's understandable, but it's totally not best in slot for Frost. Where are all these mods at? Let's just go back to where I was. There was a lot of big fat moths over there. Illusory Ardenmoth, Vibrant Ardenmoth. You know what? I'm just gonna AoE you guys down. Come here, you. Boosh. Oh my! I need moth wings. Yeah, that fortitude, that endurance slot's actually kind of useful. I rarely forget that Ice Block's going to heal me for like 79,000% of my maximum health, but I was just at like 26% and I Ice Blocked.
I wonder if I can still catch that.
Right here. Yeah. In terms of usefulness, it's actually still worse than your barrier's healing you. Like, none of the endurance slots are that good for mages.
I need to target something first.
I mean, I do understand that, you know, it's an endurance slot. It's not supposed to be for mages.
Alright, that's
Well, yeah, the last time I streamed anything, I was playing Ratza a lot, Torghast, but this is like, this is a character I spent a lot of time on. I do have my others, but this is the one that, like, he gets the significant progression. Everyone else just sort of plays catch up, and they have their ranked order for that, which changes based on the expansion. Kenora was like in dead last for a little while, or it was in Legion actually. Kenora didn't actually get a lot of progression in Legion, but Ratza did. Because I kept weirdly forgetting that Ratza was level cap and was getting in the spam raid groups during the extended downtime in between the release of ICC and the release of Cataclysm. Like, she was going in on regular, like, anybody want to run 25 man? And they're like, oh yeah, sure. Like when we were basically using trade chat for a raid finder because it had lasted so long, like she geared herself up and it was crazy. That like Ratza was a part of that. She seems so new and fresh for some reason, but she's an old character.
Yeah.
I think because the very nature, because remember when I was watching or listening to the WoW Insider podcast, which I can't believe I listened to that thing. It was much less ADD back then. But it was the girl on there that said gnomes don't charge, they just throw their axe and hold on. And then it was like a year after that. That's what Eddie told me. It was like 2 years after that. That's what Eddie told me that like Thor does. And I was like, wait, what? Thor flies? Well, he doesn't actually fly. He just sort of like throws his hammer and holds on. What? So it's like Ratza. Yeah, except she has an axe. Oh, okay. How many more wings do I need? 4. Can't tell what's caused my lips to hurt or whatnot. They feel like they're uber chapped. And I mean like super chapped. Like they itch, but not... They don't... It's like almost... They're like on the very starting part of being chapped. So if you guys are wondering why I'm like touching my lower lips a lot, is because they're got that starting to thing, and I think I should probably not be out. I mean, I'm gonna go outside tomorrow anyways. It's gonna be warmer tomorrow. Spoilers for the vlog. And since it's gonna be warmer tomorrow, I'm probably gonna take the bike, even in the wind. After dealing with winter and deep freeze and being stuck inside for about a month because of cold and darkness, I will take 17 degrees and a BFT3 wind. Like if I gotta go out to the... If I finally make it out to the turbines, then so be it. Pokemon's not going on tomorrow. Otherwise I probably would have done that today. I was like, once I walked out the front door, I was like, oh. Okay, that's weird. And I like, yeah, I took my jacket off. I'm trying to forget. I think I took it off after I got off at Reethlon Park because I didn't want to walk to Oster Park from there with my jacket on. I was like, fuck this. Fuck this.
The moth cocoons in Shimmerbout
Not doing Poopa Trooper. I'm just trying to get back to the bigger
Help
moths.
collect them from the treetops.
Stop it, Naya. Shut up. She's just trying to be helpful. I know. In terms of tier 1 Soulbind, she's certainly better than Pelagos.
Isn't everybody?
Yes, but she is less than Marileth.
I'll accept that.
I'm not sure where Nadja fits on that list at all. Like, I just haven't spent much time with the Venthyr. We have 2 Tauroses, a couple Mewtwo's, and the thing is I completely spaced Pokemon, so like nobody's doing these raids right now. I mean, they probably. Oh, nope, the fireworks are going off.
What's that mean?
I don't know. The fireworks are going off.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys can see that very well. I was going to check the stream to see if it was, like, functional. But we're going to have to get a delay on that one.
You do realize you have an app that will show you live what's going on. So you can see your screen.
Yeah, I thought I closed it for some reason. Because the whole chat thing. Yeah, even though the chat is there. It's just easier to respond to the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's showing up. It showed up anyways. Oh, someone put a thing on the Pete Dickmont Bruch. Put a lure on it, and I walked over close enough, and their name is S. Boogerballs. Yeah, this is the raid I've got set up right now, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do them, because if you guys see, they're like, nope, they're falling off. They're ending. Oh, I got slightly out of range of that one. Plus, the issue with streaming is I forget which screen it was, because if I go, because there's the dark screen, which is currently live, the bright screen, which is 25-second delay, and then the actual game where I can functionally move everything. And they all have the same screen. Yeah, Mewtwo. Voltorb! Voltorb! Alright. Just wing it. Someone in Southern California just invited me to a raid fight.
Target something first.
I'm like, I don't even know 3 people. I'll give it a little bit, see if they can get more people. There's no way 3 people. Level 38, 38, and 40 are going to be able to take down Mewtwo. Even my beefy ass. Oh, there's 5. Oh, I'm getting close. 5 seconds. Like, I don't even know what gym I'm at on this. It's just gonna be, I have a Mewtwo from SoCal, because I know that's where they send me from a lot of their gifts. Oh, 6 people. Alright, we have this fairly down, as long as everyone has fairly beefy Tyranitar Dark T-Tars. It is just so... it's disgusting, after a fashion, running this a lot on various things that take psychic, that are psychic and need to take stuff, how much a Dark Tyranitar Dark that's leveled up just eats through them. Like, ugh. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. Says we only have... oh, there, now we have 8 people. Well, at least I'll get, what, bonus balls, bonus damage? I forget what friends do now in raids. Oh, you just obliterated my Darkrai. Is Ghost to be Ghost? Keep forgetting that one. I got a comment on YouTube. Not on the stream.
Oh.
It's... I have my gear, I have my YouTube studio icon. So, that means... something happened. Sit here and look at the chat while I do Pokemon. Oh. Aaron. It's just... I can't tell if he's doing like Psystrike or anything. I don't know. Mewtwo just... oh, Mewtwo used Thunderbolt! Oh, maybe that's why he obliterated something. Dragon! Oh, I have an Umbreon going right now. we know we're using backbench stuff when my Umbreons come out. What is that comment? Is it an Irishman yelling at me? You did the mouth guard wrong. Nope, no I didn't. I don't even know what the mouth guard is, but you doing it wrong is most likely on a Sisu one, and I know I did not do that wrong. Burgers are here. Is that the outside door or the inside door? Oh, good. Ravendreth money. Quarterly harvesters. Wait, 175 rev. I'm close with them, aren't I? 700. That's close, but not the close I was thinking of. The callings in Maldraxxus today. Corpse marked for harvest, blood silk robe, juvenile sporelings. Better off dead. Just everyone's gonna be in Maldraxxus. Reflections on purity. Flappy Bird. Crisis of memory. Flight school.
Trust your heart.
I'm going to the mall. You did the mouth guard wrong. No, I didn't. I've used all my mouth guards in football games, and I haven't broken any teeth or gotten concussions. I did it right. Come on, guys. Oh, he's not shiny. I hadn't actually checked. Okay, let's see here. A Shadowed Fate. See, here's one, like Misery's Company, which is great because when you're doing the Misery business and you could do Misery's Company at the same time, bonus.
Yeah.
But it still sucks.
Yeah.
And then there's
Even as a tank, it sucks. Because I just take so much damage.
well, that's because the river debuff. It's nice to be able to do more damage, but you take more damage.
Yeah.
Aaron's like, that's unfair.
Well, yes, it is.
It is unfair. I need to be immortal in all things. No. That's not how this works. It's not how you're supposed to play the game, Aaron. Hey! Fucking Mewtwo just came back, like, hit me with a thing. Yeah, I was not paying attention. Started getting... Okay, now Mewtwo's got me. Now I have the Mewtwo again. Fine, I will kill this Nessant Shade. Everything around here can, like, see me while I'm invisible. This is unfair! Why is the Maw so hard?
It needs a nerf. I need to be able to fly.
I'm kind of agreeing on Taliesin on that one. What's the point of grinding up for... I mean, that mount isn't really all that special other than looks. And if we're going to be able to craft one, like, bring mounting into the Maw in, like, 9.2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, leave it in the Maw, sure, but don't... Let the Maw stay... Let something stay hard for a decent amount of time. I didn't want to favorite you. I didn't want to take a picture of you. Dang it, Pokemon. Stop. Shit. It finally ends. Really?
Oh my gosh, something ended?
Because I stomped on him enough. It finally ends! The little monkey look left, look right. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Thank you for this mercy. Thank you for curb stomping me into death. There's Darmu, Tyranitar D, and Darkkeeper. In case somebody gets a wild idea that they're going to invite me to another raid. Mew! 2, like 6 Mewtwo's right now. Who'd you get a ping ding from? There's Zachary Antley. Hey, Aunt Dasher. Hi. 25-second delay. I put on the pinned comment, but not necessarily everyone's gonna read that thing right away. Where'd you get the ping ding from?
D&D group.
Oh. That's a Facebook ding.
Oh. And probably parents or sister. I sent them a dad joke.
Okay. I welcome the end. You better, you're in the Maw. Granted soul released. Mossmore. Darkcaster. Where the fairies at? Stygian shield, give me that. Yeah, mine's at 24%. I should probably plug it into a supercharger. You're not going to serve up burgers?
I didn't know if you wanted to do that in front of the computer or TV.
Yeah, I'm just going to stop. I planned on this was going to be my nightly activity, Eric.
Okay.
Nothing like blinking backwards. Blink, whoopsies. All right. Now to get back at it. Is that Rich Lithium? No, that's Rich. Oh no, I have to go back up to turn that thing in. Stygian shield. Mine.
I don't have a target.
Just letting you know, folks, just keep asking questions. The chat will be very apparent with its delay, but at least the chat will happen. If you're waiting for responses, like I said, they will take an inordinate amount of delay. Like 25 seconds is
A while.
a while. If you have things to say, just say it. It'll happen eventually. He's putting things on top of my computer.
Well, I mean, they're fried, so they'll stay warm.
Yes, but I can also eat them. He's trying to be like super accommodating, like I'm in some sort of serious business mode and not gonna. I don't know what you want to do. I don't know what you want to do. I don't know. Start offering things? Like, hey, where do you want to eat? Not rather than just wait for me to tell you.
Where you want this?
There. So what's the extra bag?
Regular fries.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure we actually got that one. Sometimes I ask for the extra fries and stuff and they don't happen.
I think once. It didn't happen.
Like, you want it in the States or... Yes, you're in the States. I know that sometimes people talk to me about getting disability benefits from Canada. Grand Theft Shadehound achievement. Okay, cool.
Nice.
Didn't know that was a thing. I don't know every
It's
single...
the reason I keep telling you to grab the Shadehounds. It's the reason I always grab the Shadehound.
I just saw you grab the Shadehounds because you're super lazy and I have like double blink plus fucking Raptor. Blue Raptor, so...
No,
I...
that there's an achievement for doing it 100 times.
Oh, it's even 100 times. Okay. I just, again, I didn't...
It's like, you don't miss anything. That was my partner voice, I guess.
So Aaron's voice, gotcha.
After all I've done.
That fridge would have nothing in it if it weren't for me. Oh, I just got hit by Massive Strike. There went my shield. It was the Warden of Mystery. It wasn't even a good Massive Strike. Boosh! Okay, we're gonna go reset the debuff. But I do completely understand, Zachary, about winning a disabilities case. So you're like, finally! And it's not like, I had to wait 2 months! Or I had to wait a week longer than usual. Like, some people, like even me, was waiting years. Like, I completely forgot that we even did that after a fashion. I got a mail and was like, you got a fully favorable decision. I was like, oh, that happened! Cool, now they've been broke for so damn long and whatnot. Well, you're watching it. Zachary. Anything else you're super nerdy about? Star Trek and World of Warcraft. Not nearly as much as Pokemon as some people want to believe, which is why I tend to avoid the really heavy-duty players. Because they're like, oh my god, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I have no idea what number these Pokemon are, let alone how to pronounce them in their proper root Japanese back from the ancient times of, I don't know when. It's, some people that are really into Pokemon are like, do you understand how to do this? I'm like, no, I don't. I play Pokemon Go. And they're like, well, then you're not a real Pokemon thing. I'm like, then you don't even understand how Warp Core works. Like, you can't even draw warp field lines if your life depended on you. And they're like, why would I want to do that one? I'm like, then stop being a gatekeeper about Pokemon if you don't want me to be a gatekeeper about Star Trek. I will erect a gate around you and be gatekeeper on it. Two more raid eggs popped up for 740 and 742. I wonder what they're gonna be. Like, after everything's done, we're supposed to be having like a raid day or a raid hour. I forget like what that means. Like, because it's not listed anywhere within the app. And that's the stupid thing Niantic's doing. Is they're like, okay, well here, read this, or read this news post, or read this blog post. Or like, they're only saying something in one little tiny post, and I have to go read it from Forbes, or whatnot. I cannot tell you how many times I consulted Forbes today about Pokemon. Fucking Demon Hunters, I'm so done with you guys. Like, anything that has the word hunter in it is the most sycophantic bullshit.
Do you mean sycophantic?
Parasitic.
There we go.
Whatever. They just, they like, I understand capitalizing on others, you know, others hard stuff, you know, others like that. This just sort of comes with World of Warcraft. Like, I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, well, they've gotten that rare down to 20%, and I'm not going to be able to contribute enough DPS, so I'm going to wait for it to respawn it. No! But, like, some of these guys, like hunters, especially with Barrage, just come in and like, and I've seen them do it to you. They'll stand right behind you and barrage and pull everything onto your consecration.
Yeah.
Like, they are overtly obtuse about things. So your thing's filmmaking, so I might also use my tax refund to get the new MacBook and seek out some editing gigs as a side hustle. My brain just like had a fart, then I'm like, MacBook? That's still a thing? Like,
Yeah.
and second of all, why would you edit on a Mac? That's like,
They're good for it.
I keep forgetting that Mac is good for something!
aside from being expensive, yeah.
It's because I've never actually had a Mac other than at the school, and the schools were so neuter in what they could do.
But yeah,
And I keep...
be careful. Zachary, be careful about money limits with disability.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah. They like to keep all of your... They like to know everything about all your accounts all the time. And they will watch them like a hawk. Like worse than a hawk. A hawk on like ecstasy. They will start seeing income where it doesn't exist. It's just like so bad. Like even though my YouTube and my disability go into the same account, I still have to watch that account every so often just to make sure it doesn't stay over 2,000. So people are like, "Oh my God, you're spending a lot of money." I'm like, "Yeah, it's 'cause I have an income, but I can't do what I want to do and save." So I have to just, and that was like the back check. I was trying to save the back check, and then I realized that you couldn't save the back check. You had to, if you had anything over X amount of stuff in your account after 9 months, it's from the back check, they were going to start cutting back on your stuff. And I was like, what? Like, that's sort of like, what? This is, what? Because obviously you don't need the money. So I was on, like, even spending, not frivolous, what's the opposite of it? Liberally. I was spending liberally with money. I gave no fucks to what I was spending on, basically. And I still almost didn't make the deadline. And all I got was like 16,000, and I couldn't burn through with my spending habits 16,000 in like 9 months or something like that. It's,
By nature.
yeah, I even bought like a PlayStation 4
When it was expensive.
when it was expensive. Yeah, Matt will be listening when he can. It's understandable. You have to work. Working is better than not working at this point. Well, when I say tax refund, it's that plus stimulus checks. That's not a thing. Like, people don't need stimulus checks here. Like, it sounds terrible. I'm like, oh my God, the Netherlands doesn't need stimulus checks? Yeah. I mean, they probably get government assistance, but they don't have to get it to the point where they call it a stimulus check.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're talking about the editing, but still, even on top of that, because I mean, technically, I have YouTube as a side hustle. Only when you look at the overall amount of money that I make from YouTube in 1 year versus my disability, it is drastically more from that disability from the United States. It's a lot more. So YouTube is a side hustle, but it does pay and all that jazz. So technically, I consider it a job. I mean, it's a very weird job, but oh God, eyeball! No, do not detect anima. Oh God, I can't kill you in time. You're gonna pull that guy, aren't you? Oh, he was just out of range. Oh God. Alright, we're going to... I'm also trying to get moved out of my parents' place. Crucible mages, god dang guys. y'all have just like the craziest stuff. And I'm being like super ADD right now. Like trying to read the chat and dealing with the Maw and a stacking damage taken debuff. But not even a tank. They moved down to my parents' place and we're learning about how to the joyous wars of Section 8 housing. I never had to deal with Section 8 housing. That's one of those bullshit things I noped out of. Aaron remembers me saying that I could get into, you know, Section 8 housing after, let's see, in Oregon, it was a 9-year wait list for single white male.
That's right.
Yeah. So, I just basically said no. I couldn't. Just, nope. Nope. I don't know what it is in your state, but... but yeah, Mom rented to people that were on Section 8. But she... So I know about the system, and if you're like woman and pregnant and not white, you are at the front of the list. If you're white, you're the next part of the list. If you're a woman, then you're next up. With no children, then you're up next on the list. And then it's like severe disabilities. Like, I know a guy who had like severe mental disabilities and needed a caretaker, and it took him 5 years on Section 8 housing. Yeah, like this dude was almost catatonic and needed like physical care. And still, it took him a long time to get through because, yay, bureaucracy.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting about the wait list. I need to get out because my parents are turning me into a zombie. Nah, yes, I get that. But like I said in the comment, I pretty much, I busted out. I literally just, you know, it's hard to, when it comes, if you think about like an 18-year-old, I ran away. But I was like 25 when I did it. What do I need to do now? Oh, I need to kill more hopeless vessels. I'm actually taking care of misery business. I need to kill hopeless vessels now. Hopeless. I'm not sure what their term for vessel is, though. Oh, God! Oh, no, that's a 40. I was like, there's someone down there taking care of hopeless vessels. I should. Nope, that's a 40. Because they went gray. Oh God, Fatty's walking across the bridge. The mounted guy that's like 160k health. He's the one that pats over the quest that says, go pick up rune blades. And you're like, yeah, okay, cool. Four. 6. Ugh. WTB crit. Warden of Misery. I'm not dealing with you. I'm looking for hopeless vessels. And that's also part of the problem about, like, this quest that you were saying earlier, is that looking for these things sometimes takes so long and you gain such a debuff doing absolutely nothing. Then you get distracted looking at Pokemon, and you gain another stack of the debuff. Nope. Okay, nobody's fighting that Mewtwo. I've had enough Mewtwo's today. I really probably should have gotten a shiny one, but no, that's just not how it works for me. Probably eat the bird first. Nothing crosses this bridge, so I'm relatively safe here. And I'm not on I-2, so I don't have to worry about that bombing me till the end of time. I'm gonna like adjust myself constantly. Oh. See, I'm going to see the chat when it first comes in. What? The actual chat thing on YouTube says it's made held for review. Oh, it's because he swore. I don't care. How about that? He says, I want to do that, I just don't know where to start. And the average rent for shit around here is 600 plus. Sorry, what? The average rent is 600? What? What? Aaron's over there looking concerned. Yeah, probably. I mean, it's so sad listening to these souls down there. Somebody, anyone, somebody save me. I led you not. I know a girl. I pay $600 a month for a dumpy studio in a ghetto, so I'm nervous AF. Okay. Still, 600? A dumpy studio in the ghetto. Like, I lived in a dumpy studio in the ghetto, and it was still $850 a month? I mean, I can't even imagine. Like the student housing, I've seen the prices over there is like $550 a month for those student housing, and I consider that trash.
Wow.
Hmm?
Those are only $550 a month over there?
They also don't have hot water, and I think they have to shit outside.
Yes. When did this live in Vancouver?
Most of our lives.
When did I live in Vancouver? With you. What year was that? 2015?
Whoa. I moved in with you in 2008. Oh, Jesus. 2007, 2008. I just remember I did like 2.5 years at Clark. And I started when I was 24 and wasn't on my parents' thing anymore. So I had to have been like 2004, 2005. And then after that, like, because I didn't go back to Clark. I still hung out at Clark from your place. And I took the bus in. But then I, dropped out of Clark and then had like a bit after that. So it was like 2008, 2009. Indianapolis? I almost didn't know how to pronounce that. Indianapolis. 500. 500. That's considered cheap?
That's considered insane everywhere else.
You know, you're still going to see Idle Wow at my face. But I'm actually going to go over and Google studio apartment Hazeldale, Washington. Like, to be fair, Hazeldale, Washington is not like it's not a complete dump. But if you're looking for a studio apartment, you're going to find it in the dump. Because, like, Maddie, her parents' place lived over in, like, the Philida area, which is still technically Hazeldale area, but they're, like, 4-story houses with 9 garages. But then there's where you lived.
Yeah.
Willow Creek apartment, Rolling Creek apartment. You're on $99.99, right? Is that what you were at? Yeah, because
Oh yeah, 99.
trying to see. Winco, Fat Dave's Takeout. Let's just look at apartments here. Adulting is hard. In some ways, I wish I was still in the 70s. At least things were affordable then. They were affordable, but people were way more intoleranter. I think how the Dutch would say it. Intoleranter of disability and other factors. Alderbrook? Oh, those are swanky. Bridge Creek?
Bridge Creek is one of the places we looked at. It may have been work.
Yes. Bridge Creek or Park Apartments Discovery. Oh no, that's Discovery Park Apartments. But Bridge Creek, I think, is what they changed into.
Yeah.
Schedule a tour. Gallery. Let's look at the floor plan, see if any of these apartments look similar. Oh yeah. It was the 3x2A, I guess. 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's with balcony. Whatever. It doesn't really. Yeah, this is your apartment. $1,650 per month for a 3-bedroom. And like, not this, like, the apartment website makes them look really good. The people that live there are all, like, I'd have to say about half are on Section 8 unless they got way, into new bullshitteries. But I don't think so because Section 8 in Hazeldale is very lucrative. Rentals in Indianapolis. I guess. Apartments. Indianapolis. Not Independence, Missouri. Not an ad. Apartments.com rented in Indianapolis and Indiana. It's not going to become a word after a while. You want to go with the really swanky ones called the Seasons of Caramel? Not caramel. I literally look at this word there and it says caramel.
Yeah, from out by the sea. It's a place in California.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, here's one. 335 West 9th Street, Indianapolis. 9 on Canal. Yeah, what fucking canal? I mean, that's a CGI canal, for Christ's sake. What we got? Studio, 1 bathroom. $10.99 rent. Square footage, 505 square feet. What did we have? What was in Beaverton? We had like 750? And that would be a large 1 bedroom. So this 9 by the canal, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, $13.59 for 677 square feet. I fucking love square feet at this point. They're just like, yeah, we're just gonna like 677. They're like, nobody comprehends 677 square feet. We can maybe see 700 or 650, but 677 and a half. Stop it. Because then it's like 625, 505, 898, 1,244. And you're like, these
numbers on that.
they're not real. But this is that's that. It's stream. Yeah, man. He's getting to the point of that. Back. Also, I don't know what bullshit canal they're talking about. Like I said, that thing looked... But like some of these prices, West Park townhomes, $878 to $1,678, 1 to 3 bedroom.
Yeah.
360 Market Square, $1,400 to $8,100, studio to 3 bedroom.
Short price, no die.
That's actually an option.
Oh.
Oh, house for rent. Wow, that looks fresh out of the... What was the dysfunctional family with like Sue and Axel? And then the kid that was like half autistic and... You know what show I'm talking about. Like Sue was just so Maddie. It looks like their house.
Oh, it's the middle.
Oh, yeah, the middle. 325 Cable Street. I'm not sure where that is. But it's $400 for rent. 3 bedroom. Waterfront Point with an E. Point. 1 to 3 bedroom. $443 to $950. Meridian Towers Apartments. Oh, that sounds ghetto as fuck. It just does. $499 to $725. Studio to 1 bed. Studio to 1 bedroom, they may be really okay with Section 8. When you have things that are basic, it's a converted hotel. That's basically probably what that was. They just bought a whole building hotel and converted it into apartments. Alright, let's go back to the chat. Yep, Carmel and Fishers, where I live, is where all the rich people live. Nothing is affordable around there. That seems like... That one that I said that went up to $8,100 seemed a bit excessive. But most of that other stuff was like, okay, yeah. Like, I would not have balked at those prices. Balked. Balked. Yep. I still haven't even had a beer. I mean, if you wanted to be super fancy, you could call that place Negen op Gracht. That would be how the Dutch would say. 9 on canal. 9 op gracht. I'm up to 6 stacks already. I can't find any hopeless souls. And notifications. Man, I went back and looked at like what the actual like Sisu, the probably the most popular one where I did the slow-mo molding, or the slow-mo. I didn't speed it up for any reason. Yeah, you did the mouth guard wrong. No, I didn't. That was my white one. I was still using that same white one. It's in my back. It's that one. I did it wrong. You've seen the white mouth guard. Egghead Breakfast commented, I think he's gay. Well, it says gay football player rates the hotness of all 32 NFL quarterbacks. Almost back. So-and-so... Oh, and a regular light being positive. Now I gotta be a little weird because I'm streaming on the YouTube, so I can't necessarily, like, be chugging away on the beers. Even though this is not labeled as a child-friendly... This is labeled... my live streams are all labeled not child-friendly. I know part of why Indianapolis is expensive. It's because it's a college town, and it's where some big pharma companies are headquartered. Amsterdam has Philips.
Yeah.
Not saying that you're not that sort of thing, but the Universiteit van Amsterdam is like one of those things that translates their website into about 9 languages. So, yeah. It's a pretty big... students come to Leiden University, which is over in Leiden, and Groningen University. Universiteit van Groningen? Something like that. Might even be Groninger University. But, yeah. One more hopeless vessel. Where the hell are you? One more hopeless vessel. One more. Save me from this torment. You're not clickable. I can't do anything. Sorry. Smack. 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 Misery's company. Now I'm gonna be bombed. This way out. Something of the sorts. Eli Lilly is one. I have to Google that. Eli Lilly. Oh, it's a pharmaceutical company. I probably should have figured that one out, but I'd never... Like, to me, pharmaceutical companies are like AstraZeneca. That's it. I know there are others, but they don't profuse their name all over the place. Unless pharmaceutical companies, like, is a broad category of things. Anything that makes medicine. What qualifies as medicine? Because, like, Gwyneth Paltrow could be a pharmaceutical company. Because she makes goop. Are people actually doing the Executioner? Yes. Well, they're killing things in here, and they've summoned the Executioner. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be able to kill the Executioner. Weird.
Ow.
Because, like, it's easy to kill things in a certain area. Like, especially even Perdition Hold. If you take it slowly, you can do it.
And if there's a bunch of people, it's easy.
Oh, yeah. She also makes, coochie scented candles or something like that. Oh, Kathy added to her story. She does that. Uh-oh, someone's summoning to... Harold Draco is summoning me to a raid. Coochie scented candle. Boom! I heard the sound and I hit to go move, but I was on YouTube. Not here.
Yeah.
So I couldn't move. He's so weirdly slow with that. No! Wait, are you bringing the Executioner over here? Did you kill the Oh, you're just kiting the Executioner. Oh, that poor Tauren Paladin down there doesn't know what he's doing. It's Lumisenda. Ugh. I just don't care about you. This is why I didn't go up this side very much. I'm having a little too much right now. I'm like nervously waiting for Zachary to answer back about something that I've talked about, and he's not. So I'm like, oh god. So I'm like alt-tabbing to make sure I'm not missing it, and I'm like in threat on the mob on a few things right now.
So the last thing is Zachary said, and she makes Val and Cynthia Campbell something about that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. What's your favorite movie, by the way?
Falling. What? I don't. Star Trek. You distracted me! I'm trying to kill something that has 160,000 health because Invis was on cooldown! And I'm like trying to pay attention to multiple things. I don't know. I don't have one. I literally don't. It sounds stupid that everyone has a favorite movie, but I don't.
But there are a bunch of movies you enjoy.
Yes, but I can't go through that list as it's probably hundreds long.
Yeah.
I need to target something first.
You're so cool. Never been indecisive much out of Doctor Who. I don't know why. That's one of the weird things that's gotten me most of my life. People that I don't know why. It's just a thing. I'm like, how do you not know why? You just not ask any questions. Like it makes me one, you know, and that's why I get stressed out that I don't think people self-reflect at all. It just is. I don't know why. But if you've not figured this out, have you not tested it extensively until the point where you figured out everything? Right, because I'm the neurotic fuck that does that. Other people are like, it is what it is. Right?
Yep.
Why worry about it if you can't change it? Because you can understand it. You don't have to change it. It might be a good thing, but it still might be, why is it a good thing? Or the generic thing that I got from a lot of people in the semi-pro community, I don't know why. It's just like, for them it was an excuse that they didn't want to say anything. If they said I don't know why, then people are like, of course, there's a lot of things I don't know, so I'm not going to keep pressuring and answering questions, or something like that. Where's this boss? What is this? I have like this quest that is around the corner over here. Whatever. I'll just wait till you get to Rule 7 and we'll do it together. This area seems awkward. Ugh. Lumbering husk. Get out of here.
Target something first.
Nope, someone messaged me. Oh. That's a Dutch name that wants to send me porn requests. I'm getting a lot of ones in Dutch recently.
Do you feel them more staring at your mind?
I guess sci-fi is harder for me to take seriously, and a lot of non-stop action that always wears me out. Though, iconically, I love James Bond for similar reasons. I don't understand not taking sci-fi seriously. My brain kind of came to a stop on that one. Huh? What are you taking seriously? The fictional stories of Law and Order? I mean, most things are intended to be fictitious, and even the stuff that's a historical recount is like usually exaggerated for effect, because reality is quite boring, even when they're retelling history.
Something for every occasion.
I only got up to 1429 at Stygia. I know you're playing a harp. It's real cool. What?
Which Nice to have. Oh.
Laurel, the keeper of Fernand. And when you get within like a small distance of her, everything goes quiet. You just listen to her harp playing. Yeah, you're playing a harp, I get it.
Where do we strike?
Where do we strike? I don't know. I'm gonna go looking for
My
anima
heart for
cones.
Ardenweald.
Return those anima cones. Over there, there. Next. Feels like I'll get the best out of that. Trying to think of the best place that I would get anima cones. And I don't want to go through that tangle area. I think it'd be up where you have to do like the Silk Strider stuff.
Strike true.
Which would be better to take Marasmius to get there. So I actually don't have a flight point past Dream Grove. Like, weird. Like, there's nothing up in that corner for a flight point. Dreamsong Fen. But I can go to the stocks and... Where's my thing? Oh, yeah, my thing. Okay, Harold Draco. Oh, he invited me to a raid at the Carré Theater. Theater. Koninklijke Theater. Carré. Alright. I thought I was at the stocks. I wound up going to the Banks of Life. Thankfully. I shouldn't have engaged Raptor mode. Crap. In order to get sanely out of here, I need to use Raptor mode. So it looks like I'm staring at the chat for a little bit here. Well, I'm also really into true crime stuff, too. And that can get dramatic as hell, so I do take similar fiction more seriously. Well, I sort of said that as quasi-joke. Wasn't expecting Law and Order to be taken seriously, especially when 99% of their stories are made up for effect. We need to say, you know, like true crime stuff, and I mean, I guess the 1% of Law and Order episodes that are real? But they're like, well, you know, the names have changed to protect the innocent, or whatever that terminology is for.
James? That'll probably be Jenny. Yep. So the picture I sent them was this. Mom said, "That's a lot of water right there." Dad, what she said, Jenny, IT department. No laptops, network drops, personal electronic devices, lamps, coffee makers, analog watches, or anything else requiring a battery or plug are allowed within 50 yards of Mr. Smith's office. We apologize for the inconvenience.
Want to take a big swig of beer. Like, you can take sips off beer on Twitch, but I forget what the YouTube rules are on that. I think they're just like Twitch, where you can take like a sip for like conversational purposes, like most people would have, like just sitting around at Boral. But you can't be like glug 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 as the goal of your stream or something like that. I mean, if this stream, like, after the fact, gets demonetized because someone at YouTube decided to watch all, so far we're almost at 2 hours of this. Yeah, that's what do we got? I guess it's because I know similar stuff can happen IRL, so it's easier for me to believe in it. Who said you have to believe it? Per se. Isn't that the whole idea of suspension of disbelieving Magical
Suspension
Sesame
of
Street.
disbelief
All right.
is
I couldn't. I keep forgetting what the actual terminology of it is, and I keep wanting to add in the term avenue of make believe Sesame Street stuff. I don't know why. But you were gonna say
suspension of disbelief is forcing yourself, intentionally or unintentionally, to believe something.
oh.
Suspending your disbelief.
Ugh.
Yeah.
One of those weird. It's almost
It's a
a.
double negative.
It's almost a double negative, which is why I don't like it. I'm like, just. But you know, that's the thing is. But you don't have to. To me, you don't have to you don't have to suspend your disbelief. Just watch it. just watch it. It's. You don't have to go through the rigors of, bullshitting yourself. Just watch something. Enjoy the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, there's a lot of crossover into psychology in a way, which I'm also a nerd of. That's true. And the fact that sci-fi these days is so broad, it's like, why, what isn't sci-fi almost?
Yeah.
Like, with some of the technology and stuff they used at CSI, it could be considered sci-fi because, like, most of that stuff took, had unreasonable amounts of time, unreasonably short amount of time to actually happen. Even if the technology was real, it took, like, months to get done versus they made it look like it happened overnight. So it could be a slightly askew sci-fi.
Yeah.
But, But after a fashion, I never even thought of myself, like, liking Star Trek because it related to a subject in school that I nerded out over. Like, I never thought of it that way. I still don't even consider Star Trek, like, oh, well, I watch sci-fi because I'm really into astrophysics. And I think it was the other way around. I watched sci-fi and got into astrophysics, but then realized it required education and schoolwork, and I was like, F that. Like, I want to learn astrophysics, but I don't want to have to go through the rigmarole of, like, 18 years of learning something in school that I could learn from a YouTube video in 5 minutes. Well, then you don't know why. Trust me, the YouTube videos are going to tell me why. Just watch 60 Symbols. I've learned so much about globular clusters from 60 Symbols. Then, yeah, for free.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have a target.
Also, I'm an acting nerd too, so I like stuff that lets actors flex their acting muscles more. What can I say? Well, I don't necessarily know who's flexing more of an acting muscle than Saru. Like that, like, not only is the dude like an actual like actor of his part, he's of being Saru. He's also had to be like the physical actor in multiple other movies. Yeah. But like I said, sci-fi is a big, large thing, but I think some people might have a weird idea as to what sci-fi is, and thus their mind gets falsely closed. it's sort of like if I've been enough into the anime community that I know it is more than just, you know, high-pitched voice squeaky girls and boys who have blood shoot out of their nose when they're aroused. But if that's all I thought anime was and made a judgment call off that one, that'd be a little weird, because that's not all anime. But usually I don't tend to like something because of its fandom, not because of it. The worst I can get on an actual thing is ambivalent. And only dislike something because of its fandom. So many times I don't hang out with the fandom so I can still enjoy the item, because the fandom can ruin something for me. And your mom is like, I don't know how the hell he allows that one to happen. I was like, you didn't read that. Like, your parents enjoyed Supernatural without coming down to Super Hulock.
Yeah.
But I don't think they would have watched Supernatural if they had met Super Hulock.
I think you're probably right.
It's probably what's happening with me, though I've run into some pretty messed up anime fans. No fandom is perfect. No fandom is perfect. There are messed up anime fans. There are messed up Trekkies.
Yeah.
Like, there are some aggressively staunch Trekkies, even on YouTube, who have larger audiences than I do because they have such ridiculous stances on things. Like, why are black women even allowed on Star Trek? This isn't the show for them. Uhura? And they're like, yeah, this was flawed from the beginning. I love Star Trek. I just hate everything about it. I love Star Trek. Like, what sort of right-wing conservative MAGA bullshit is this? Like, how many ways are you excusing things just so you can like something that has something you dislike? But to be fair, when it comes down to anime fans, when they get weird, they get weird. Like, the really bad side of the Trekkie fandom are the ones that are, like, uber conservative and are holding everything beyond their favorite episode of the original series to that standard. And it's not even a good episode of the original series that they really just jived with when they were a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can really get into Star Trek Discovery. I mean, I really felt Star Trek V. I would, done, and I'd walk away. We can't. I can't with people. I want Sean Ferrick to do an ups and downs of Star Trek V.
Oh my god.
I want his thick Irish accent to say the quote, "Excuse me, I have a question. What does God need with a starship?" This creature speaks for you? Creature, don't you know who I am? Aren't you God? Jim, you don't ask the Almighty for his calling card! This is what the movie's culminating in?
Zach Reed said, I think the worst fandom I ran into was Final Fantasy, because those games inspire a real life cult. Not even kidding.
Well, yes, they did, but a lot of things just inspire real life cults. A lot of things. Like firearms. And
Careful, you'll get demonetized for the NRA.
cancel culture full blast on the NRA. But that's the thing, is you're also placing a very small section of the fandom of Final Fantasy to creating a cult to a wide wide spanning thing. Like, Final Fantasy goes all the way from, like, we live in trees magic to uber technology, holograms, yada yada. I mean, I've shown you, and like Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy 9 are steampunk. Final Fantasy 10 is, well, when technology goes bad. It was actually really, really funny because they used to be super technological until a catastrophe happened, and then a religion came around and said technology is bad, don't use it. Oh wait, but the thing that probably nets money for the church, the sport, oh yeah, we can use all the technology there. God allows for that. But like Final Fantasy VIII had like floating universities and spaceships, and they were like at space stations, and you know, we're keeping track of lunar observatories to make sure when the next lunar cry was going to happen, yada yada. Like, it was super techy. But like Final Fantasy VI was borderline steampunk. Like, borderline! Like, they were just figuring out what Steam could do, and yeah. I don't know much about Final Fantasy VII. The game is very bland to me. It's not one of the greater Final Fantasies, but its specific fandom has become a terrorist organization to me because they want to continuously make remakes and do wonderful things with a game. And I'm like, this isn't that good a game. Like, I don't know the house story, but it's just, if you're judging Final Fantasy based on the fandom of the rabid, foaming at the mouth fandom of Final Fantasy VII upon 20 games and a movie, it's sort of like saying, oh, well, you know, those people that, you know, really like Star Trek V because it has to do with, it resonates on an evangelical reason for them. I just can't handle any Star Trek, including like the whole series that are, or whole episodes that are like, damn it, you know, yeah. Like Deep Space Nine is almost like the atheist Bible. I'm not your savior. I'm not your savior. He is the emissary. I am not the emissary. He is the emissary. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
I mean, people are like, yeah, the first episode is a little late. I'm like, no, that was pretty much the first 2 seasons. And then, like, the Dominion came in, and it's sort of like the thing, and he's like, okay, fine, I guess they're just not giving up. And he finally accepted it after a little bit because it was critical to them joining the Federation, and they were making extra strides towards joining the Federation, which is his job, technically. So he'll do what's necessary, and then, like, he went a little crazy later and started reading the prophecies, and then he fell into a little cult, but that was actually real.
Always a mistake to read the prophecies.
Connor Bonicio.
Especially when they concern you.
Well, I guess I meant 7 pretty much don't know a ton about the other games. Didn't mean to generalize. Well, that's... yeah. Hating the entire tree of Final Fantasy because of a weird confluence of what happened to the Final Fantasy VII rabid fandom. Fanatical fandom. I mean, to be fair, fandom is part of the word fanatic, fanatical, but it's like over the top. then that's like saying I don't like anything to do with Disney because Donald doesn't wear pants. Like, that's it. Like, like I guarantee you Chip and Dale are amazing. I love Chip and Dale so much.
Bobble and bobble.
And in Dutch, they're Knobbel and Bobble. But still, like, even when I played Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm like, here's Chip and Dale. They're the engineers. They make starships. Aaron's like, I love Chip and Dale so much. But when they had their own show, they weren't engineers. They had to go hire the mouse engineer to make their blimp ship? Whatever that was.
I think that's probably one of those, we don't talk about that kinds of things.
Yeah, it was Connor Bonicio. Bonicio is here? Is it? Nah. I see it in the chat. Hey! Okay, cool. I don't know. There's a long delay, bro.
Yeah, and there's a long, toggle timestamps, there we go. It was at 8:42, same time as Zachary's.
I'm just saying now that, watching.
Yeah.
The TV show Hannibal also has a kind of crazy fandom. Yes, but so does Supernatural. So does Doctor Who. Everything has a crazy fandom. But you don't judge it off the crazy fandom. It's like judging all of America off the uber evangelicals. Like, I live there. I know that the general bulk of America is not that bad. They view it out here as that bad, but it's not that bad. It's just the stuff that gets broadcast on the news. I know that oops. When I'm on YouTube and I hit M, it unmutes. Not on WoW, and opens up my map.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah. Oh my god, I didn't even get all my anima cones. Like, I came back thinking I looted all my anima cones, and I did not. Oh, should I go? No, I won't. I'll because that... Go clear out the area with the bear siege vehicle. World Quest was up, so I'm not going to go into that area. Because I have to kill Spriggans, basically.
Gotcha.
And that's an area that I can, but I remember that World Quest was up. Apperdew. I just was getting really tired of that area because I like it because it's really multi-level, but running around and like the respawn in level, it kind of sucks. Okay, we will. Can I get up there with the carrion wings? No. I'll just walk. That was where I thought I was losing my mind. Really quickly to lose your mind. I know that's probably a turd phrase or colloquial saying, and a slight exaggeration, but like, it happened for 2 seconds and you... That's a bit excessive.
We need to harvest some anima cones. But the place is
of course they are.
With rust. Magic should help you get past them.
We need to harvest some anima cones.
Oh my god.
Not dealing in that world quest, it's only gold. I'm looking for anima right now. So I should think that you should always be allowing anima from that. I'm still, like, the whole, like, anima collection for this expansion is a bit weird. Because you're like, we're so low on anima. Here, have some. Turn back. Like, I guess to an extent I'm going out into the world and harvesting it for the home base, but it's still weird.
Anything you need.
Like, I can understand if we went into, like, Revendreth and got a lot because they were stealing it. Although I never really got the idea of how Revendreth was stealing it from here.
They were smuggling it.
From where? Like, where?
From the internal supplies.
They were stealing seeds?
I believe so.
Okay. Because I went through the entire Revendreth thing, and, like, yeah, they've got the whole, like, anima taps in Maldraxxus, and they've got their little bits inside Bastion, but I never saw them, you know, do this in Ardenweald. It's like, what's going on here? Ugh. Oof. Smack. Smack. Okay. How many did I get? I got 2 out of that. Lovely. This is the best. Carbonation. Yeah, we've got 10 minutes until the end of the Pokemon event.
I need to target something first.
All events featured Pokemon.
Have a target.
Oh, okay. I didn't re-up my swirly dirly.
I need to target something first.
Incense.
Ah!
Yeah, like the very first quest gave me like 5 incense this morning, so I like just piled them on for like the rest of the day. But I didn't re-up the incense at the time.
I need to target something first.
I'm here to target something. Blam. Bam.
Have a target.
I guess in this little bit of silence, I can say that also one of the things I nerd out about is literality of oops, people saying things.
Yeah?
I was just thinking because I was going back and reading the comment, and he was losing his mind. I was like, whoa! How fragile is your mic? Like, that's immediately what I thought. Because I was like, I would take you literally for what you said. And I guess, I was telling Frank earlier, I was like, well, maybe that's why I feel better about being around the Dutch. And he goes, maybe it's because we're just very literal. I'm like, it's not necessarily that. Did the snow dump on Amsterdam as bad as it did here? I think I heard something about that. What the hell?
I hiccup.
That sounded like you were choking.
I know, it always does for you.
No, usually you just like that. No. So that's what it was. Did the snow dump bad? I don't know. How bad did it go there? I'm not paying attention to other places. Like, did the sun shine as well? I don't know. I haven't looked at any live streams of Indianapolis, so I don't know how bad the snow dumped. Was it 5 centimeters? 11? 50? I don't know.
What did we get?
I don't know. Like, not quite. Like, maybe 6 centimeters? 6 millimeters? Not 6 centimeters. Like, it took a while. Like, for most of the day, I think maybe we got a couple inches. I think that's what it was qualified as. But the thing is we got deep freezy temperatures, so that's what hit everything, is the snow didn't melt, even though we didn't get any more piled on.
Yeah.
Lake effect snow. Okay. I haven't actually done that big a study on lake effect. I just know that it's a thing and nobody can explain it very well. Like, I know the meteorologists can explain it, and I know Wikipedia can explain it, but like most of the people who live in the area just sort of say, it's lake effect. What's that mean? Lake effect. It's affected by the lakes. All that. But I'm like, I don't really get it, because I live next to a lake. I live next to a lake that was sectioned off from the North Sea about 100 years ago. So, does your lake effect and my lake effect the same thing? Do I not have lake effect?
I think we don't get lake effect because, well, it's not big enough.
He's in Indiana. I mean, Michigan's not that big.
It's a Great Lake.
Area of Lake Michigan. You weren't. What are you doing? Area. Area of Lake Michigan. 58,000 square kilometers. Area of the Zhao. Right. You were listening to that in English. Okay, the Zhao is only 5,900 kilometers, 6,000 kilometers, square kilometers. 400 kilometer. Macabre dance floor is up. Map pin location. That is in a raid, bro. One foot 2 millimeters. Oh yeah, you got way more than we did. Way more. Way more. Like even in the south, even down in Brabant, where they got maybe 120 millimeters, and you're looking at 304 millimeters. You got way more. Alright, head off on talking to you. Okay. If you've logged off before this hits. Cool. It's... Return those animacones. Okay. Oh.
We need to harvest some animacones, but the place is
So tired of you,
with
man
dust.
bear.
A bit of
I don't want to do the world quest. You're like gacking out over it.
Is this what you need? Return.
the forest provides. God, the wilds.
Greetings. Sleep.
Stone Fiend Saboteurs. I don't want to go all the way there for that. If I was going to do like a couple world quests, maybe. For those of you that are wondering, this guy will hiccup at the slightest not
Drop of a hat.
at the drop of a hat, but mostly it deals with food that is considered dry, that is not, and what is considered dry? Not water. I have yet to, and not going to put it beyond him, of hiccuping from water, because it's too dry.
See anything you need. Thank you for your patience.
I realize during the quiet times you're probably able to hear him make his weird noises over there.
Thank you for visiting.
Don't want to do any more mall. Come to those dungeons. It's 9 o'clock. Alright. 9 o'clock, what's that? Noon for the West Coast, 3 in the afternoon for the East Coast. In the middle of a Saturday, people are either frozen to death or out enjoying the sun. I think we go to Maldrag. There's not going to be much lag.
For Queen and Grove.
Someone said on the previous comment, they're like, oh, I guess I'll try out Terra Genesis. It sounds interesting. Me, Terra Genesis is really set it and forget it kind of game, especially when you don't want to pay much or watch ads. It took me a week real time, about 1,000 years in game, to get the pressure down on Venus's level to be manageable, but it was completely covered in ice and had 50% oxygen in its atmosphere. It was like, we're currently working, let's see, our oxygen percentage 21%. Yeah, I had like 50% oxygen, and I had just so much water. It was all in ice because I had like 0 Kelvin. I was absolutely freezing. Because I needed money, so I ran the aerostat thing, which was every minute minus 120 temperature. I'm like, I just need the money. I'm trying to tell my sister that her side part is better, but no matter what I swipe, it wants to put in dude. It's not swiping side part, it's swiping dude party.
Much worse. I thought it was swiping side dude.
See, I was like, no, keep your side part. It looks better than a middle part. Like, I mean, I may play football, but I can still give someone fashion advice about their hair, especially long hair, because I did have it at one point. I know how that works. Side part didn't work for me. She's got that wonderful wavy curly hair that makes the side part work pretty well.
That call the great houses to the arena. If you are fast enough to do so.
Kathy, thank you. I agree. Of course, I'm over here on a live stream saying that too. Phew. I wasn't watching after my first zoomer and hit a slime. I heard the zoom and then looked back at my screen and I was walking. I'm like, why? Oh, whatever. At least it was right there. Move quickly. Watch out for the slimes. Thanks. Yeah, kind of got to concentrate on this one. You guys are gonna give me a little bit on the chat here.
No one's saying anything.
I figured. I figured it was kind of critical that Zachary was doing his thing, but he can't, you know, stick around forever. Matt obviously has to work, and nobody else watches live streams. Everything's just, like I've heard from other people, it's just, everything is at such inconvenient times. I'm like, that's fun to hear.
Well, speed, dexterity, and cunning are all valuable.
That's why I've pretty much just determined, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to put them up at 4 o'clock every day. That way most people that want to watch it in Europe or out of school or near the end of work, most everyone, it's fresh in the morning. Or something like that. I feel like there's just no good time because morning for me is middle of the thing for...
Our enemies gather for another assault. Strike them down first and put an end to their threat.
I love how these things in this area,
Primus was the victor of
they kill
hard-won battle.
they kill big guy Maleficus or whatever,
Enemies in this revered place.
but he doesn't actually award anything for this quest. Oh. And they spend so much time getting like 6 people up on killing them, but he doesn't even give you a little soul. And I'm doing this relatively blind. Oh, that's... Wait. Is this one of those weird... Nope. I thought maybe, like, it was because of the way the quest did stuff that it counted credit for anyone that damaged it, sort of thing. So I could get credit off of Horty, but nah. When I say I'm doing it blind, I'm doing that, like, weird thing that it doesn't show up in your quest log at all. So I have to hover over the map to see how many I have, so I can go to the... But the thing is, it's that thing where you gotta get everything in your backpack thing. So when I have enough, the little thing will say, put the totem here. Oh, okay.
I need a target.
Yeah, the more... Once I heard you say, oh, I really don't like this quest, and I'm like, this quest is like 4 different places in this whole thing. Like, it's the same exact quest. You just don't like the one in that weird, like, green rift with the mushrooms.
No, it's this area that I don't like.
Oh.
The mobs are sparse. They're far apart from each other.
Oh, okay. Okay, because when I've brought up before about doing the one that's over in that weird area with, like, all the bugs and the little tick lice things.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, because when you said, oh, I don't like that quest, that's the one that was up. And there's me taking you literally, but that's what you meant, as that was the area you didn't like. So whenever that quest was up, I never suggested we go do it, because you didn't like that one.
ends here and now.
Literally all I hear from her is Lady Death Whisper. That's it.
Honoring the legacy of the Primus is a solemn duty, one owed by all who vow to defend Maldraxxus. You have done well.
Next, Forged in Secret. Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing that one on Raleigh. What's it award? Gold. I will rather go all because it's percentage Maldraxxus. I would much rather go all the way back to Parts to a Whole, which awards Anima, than go do the one that's really nearby. That's also like the weird methodology about playing mage, and I brought this up to you before, but for those that are listening on the stream, I don't like a lot of people build and play their character around using all of their cooldowns in moderate fights. And I mean all their cooldowns, like, oh god, this guy has this much health, oh, I'm gonna time warp it. And I'm like, no. Considering the debuff that you get for Time Warp, you probably shouldn't be using that just so willy-nilly whenever it seems like it should be a good time. And like, there's a lot of people that I see use Mirror Image. Now, to be fair, that's only on a 2-minute cooldown, but it's still like, Mirror Image. It's great to drop threat, but there's still, it's just like, some people use cooldowns that I don't use, and after a fashion it makes me seem like a useless mage, but I'm like, but that's not my methodology on playing a mage. Mine is, like I said, don't worry about all your extra procs and all your extra abilities. If you can't do a decent amount of stuff, if you need buffs, you're not that good. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Here we are. Like, Arcane Power is like, okay, you know, I'm not going to say that Arcane Power is a bad thing. You shouldn't use it that often, considering I can drive down its cooldown pretty casually. But I still don't use Arcane Power nearly as much as I probably should. Or could. Also, I try not to depend on trinket procs for my DPS. Like, oh god, if this trinket procs, then I'll have good enough DPS. Yeah, you'll have good enough DPS while that trinket is procced.
Yeah.
And that's not a good thing. That means you have subpar DPS otherwise. But to you, that's exactly what's happening. You don't have the best DPS outside of your trinket, so you have failure DPS or something like that. And I'm like, ugh. And especially when I'm around you, fuck. Like, I pop Arcane Blast, though, to do some crazy stuff when you're around. You know, like, this guy only has 58k. Siege Master tracks him. Like, there's just no... Like, the thing is, how often do you pop your wings?
Practically never.
Your strength knows no
Yeah, you
control.
practically never. So... But they are a DPS cooldown.
Yeah.
That's all they are, right?
I mean, the threat per second as well.
Oh. When you're soloing, threat per second is pointless.
Right.
But you rarely pop them for a DPS cooldown, even. Well, I mean, if you're pulling a lot of things and you want to get them all down, maybe you'll pop your wings. But even then, it's still like, no, I'll just wait it through. And you rarely pop your defensive cooldowns.
Yeah.
Or do you pop them fairly often?
Depends on what you consider a defensive cooldown. Like,
Not your wings.
Using Word of Glory instead of Shield of the Righteous could be considered defensive cooldown.
Defensive cooldown is anything that is technically not an offensive cooldown. Like, putting up my barrier is a defensive cooldown, even though it's only absorbing damage. It's not, and then through a conduit it heals me. Using Blink kind of is a defensive cooldown because it gets me out of the way of things.
Then I use them all the time.
But when people talk about cooldowns, they're not talking about things that have 6 seconds of a cooldown. They're talking about, like, you know, whatever that thing is that you actually never... It's weird, because there's that ability that the game's like, here, use this. Here, use this. And you're like, I can't ever see why anyone would ever use that.
So I've got Divine Shield, which drops threat. Well, suspends threat. I've got
Let's hear it.
I've got my other ones. Ardent Defender, there we go. Which is the one the game pushes me towards a lot.
Yeah,
It
that's...
reduces damage incoming back 30%. And gives me... And if I drop to dead, it puts me at 20% health.
So it's fortified. With my tank, what I'd understand... Wow. Apparently there's Arden.de. Ardent. In Germans. Capitalizing on all their websites. Reduce all damage you take by 20% for 8 seconds. While it's active, the next attack that would otherwise kill you brings you back at 20% of your maximum health. I think the thing is having a 20% damage reduction is nice on a 2-minute cooldown. You shouldn't have to pop it. It's supposed to be in there in reserve. Because at a 2-minute cooldown, you're maybe able to use it twice a fight? Maybe?
Yeah.
Near the beginning and near the end, and if you're using it near the beginning.
Forces require
Wow.
all must serve the call of the Necrolord.
I will serve the call of the Necrolords. And if you're using it near the end, okay, that's understandable. I mean, I understand. It's sort of like, I don't use Time Warp whenever it's off cooldown. On trash. You wouldn't use Ardent Defender on trash. And I guess if you did more serious raiding, it would probably be a thing for Ardent Defender.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah. But that's what I mean by defensive, is like things that help you stay alive, whether that's healing or mitigating damage. And yeah, I understand that as a tank spec, mitigating damage through cooldowns is like 90% of your abilities. Like, fuck, Avenger's Shield probably mitigates damage. by
Avenger Shield? Kills. I'm
also
not
it
sure why.
silences on the first target, which could stop you from taking damage. So, is Avenger's Shield is it a defensive or is it an offensive? Because it actually does damage. It's weird. The only other thing that's not a defensive cooldown is an interrupt. Like flat out counterspell and your little fist to the face thing, rebuke,
Yes.
are not defensives. Those are interrupts. But I need the actual, like, I can't do the thing without the actual UI to use as the quest item to mark the corpses, so I had to reload my UI. There's also the rune-bound chest back here, and I just found one of the runes. And I'm like, I'm not in the idea of looking for the other runes. If I happen to come across the other ones, then maybe, but... Rune-bound chests, like, especially over here in Construct Quarter, are like, no, I won't be doing that, you crazy.
Something first.
Is Scunner the weird one over there in Plague Quarter? Yes.
Yes, he's the one over in Plague Quarter. Weird.
That nobody ever kills, except for, like this Death Knight. About to pull Scunner 100% map location. I'm like, who really actually killed that guy? That's why I say the weird one, because he's got that, like, platform AoE ability.
Yeah.
I still feel like there should be something about the rune quest, or the runes for the chest. That, like, you could go click on the chest, and, like, it'll at least give you a 1/4 pie. Well, like, that way.
Yeah.
Go look on that side of the zone. I mean, I found them all, but they're still, like, still, I don't like it.
The only one I can reliably find is next to Geiger. I can find all 3 of the ones for the chest next to Geiger.
Like, next to Geiger, or the one that's in that little rainbow goop area?
Rainbow group area.
Okay, because all of these were, like, in the weird corners on, like, the tables.
I need to target something first.
Is someone's trying to DPS from Flytrap. And they're dragging things on top of me. Oh no, they're an actual person. Never mind, I just couldn't see them because they were a boomkin in that. So yeah, these little tables right here in the corner, they were all on those. Which was lucky, but I know that they've been elsewhere for that one.
Yeah.
Ugh. Blizzard Art Studio. Margrave Crexus, Blizzard Art Studio, Sire Denathrius, Blizzard Art Studio, The Winter Queen, Blizzard Art Studio, Hole in Carestia's chest. Too soon. Too soon. Oh yeah, but yeah, Carestia just got shanked in the chest, and now what are all those owls gonna do? Join the Horde?
And what is it you require?
Like, is there going to be part of their quest where, like, oh, well, we can't handle this anymore. We need more troops. Start recruiting the Swolkin. Start sending the Swolkin through the trials. And at the end of the thing, you finally take one of the Swolkin to the little mount thing, and you bring him up. Poof! I have my wings! Oh, no, that guy is the first one that ascended.
Always in stock.
Because he totally would be.
You get that cat. No, 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 no. Oh, just got Tempest Barrier, level 200. I guess we will find out literally next time I buy that thing. I have nothing below 200. So if I can upgrade to 219? I guess? Yeah, you're playing your heart. Alright. Devoid reinforced flasks. Triple-walled flasks are essential in containing the deadly liquids used by the House of Plagues for their experiments. Prototype phylactery mold. The House of Liches is constantly working to improve their phylacteries to be more resilient to those seeking to destroy them. Prized Guardian's Medal. Defenders of Maldraxxus are given a medal in honor of their service to protect the Shadowlands.
My wares are second to none.
Yay, 2,000 gold. How much anima have I gotten today? I am currently, Sanctum is at 9k. I need to get 3k by Tuesday. So assume that I'll be getting 1,000 on Tuesday, because World Boss, whatever quests are from that one, and then I can plow out another raid series after that. Get 1,000 from that, 250 from the World Boss, and then any incidental. I mean, I could always do the Theater of Pain and Plaguefall, and that would award me 350. But I have to go through those dungeons, and I don't mind Plaguefall so much. I'm certainly glad they fixed something, because gnomes were like not writing, because people, they go down and then they scoop around through the plague, but they don't want you to spend too long in the plague goop water, or you take too much damage. So I tried to do that on Rotsa and Raleigh a couple times, and my mounts would swim because I was physically too short. Yeah. That was fun. Seeing a whole ass proto-drake with weaponry on it.
What are you doing?
I'm swimming through acid! Because you guys decided to go the long way rather than actually kill fucking trash. That mob is hard. It's one mob! And that's part of the generalized issue, is everyone, like, they learn from the mythic folks how to skip trash. So they never learn how to deal with that trash. So when it accidentally does get pulled, they wipe, and then they blame the person that accidentally pulled it, even if it's a stupid, clumsy healer or something like that. Because they don't know how to pull it.
Yeah.
Let's go check what my buddies are up to on the mission table. Oh, I didn't send anybody out because I was conserving anima. Call the mired. Yeah, I'm just going to hold off on it. I don't need... It's not like I'm in critical progression levels of those. So I'm pondering getting like a special... There's a weird special pet that comes out of Maldraxxus. And and it comes in pieces, but you have to have 2 pieces.
You've told me about that pet, or that mount. What is
It's a
it?
pet.
It's a pet, okay. The ATV was the mount.
Yeah,
It
which
required blacksmithing and...
engineering.
Okay, yeah.
No, this one is you buy one piece from the Undying Army rep vendor. Let me go to Orbos. Beer's hitting me real hard. I'm teleporting to Orbos when I have a portal to Orbos in my sanctum. The life of a mage.
I need to get to the capital city. I don't know how.
Let's fly! You can literally go there through engineering transport, portal in your sanctum, portal through your own means. And you decided to fly. Yeah? Like, yeah? So I don't really want to buy it.
I keep everything.
Yes, the animated radius. It's not an actual battle pet, although it takes battle pet tokens to buy. And there's a pet battle world quest in Maldraxxus that awards the animated Ulna.
And together they make you a hand.
But when you have both of those, you have to go to the flexing phalanges in the zone and use both of those and attach them to the flexing phalange. Basically, you have to attach one forearm to the other forearm, and then you get this pet. And I'm like, should I do it? I just don't want to go. And I keep thinking, I got to go to Maldraxxus, go to a certain spot and find that mouse. Or find that flexing phalanges, even though I have probably exactly the coordinates on Wowhead. Well, this stream's been going for 3 hours. Whatever. I think I'm done. I can't handle any more WoW per se. I just got done playing a bunch of Pokemon and I've chewed up so much anima. Like, I haven't even done the things that give me a lot of anima, and I've got like 800 today. Because I had like 8.1k, 8.1, 8.2k, and now I have 9k. Anyways. Got so much food in front of me, I can't see my keyboard. Gnome! Gnome! Not leveled. Gnome! Look at those little jiggly... Look at that little jiggly there. He doesn't like it.
I don't like that they're rubbery.
Yeah, see, this is Paresh's weapons.
Oh.
They're not enchanted. That's just what they are. That the blood sand. I'm like, that's just sort of rep and ref.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you do for rogues. Like, it's cool. Did I ever show you Shadow Scream's new haircut? You can imagine him doing the with the dance, yeah. The most heavy metal priest ever. Like, he will heal you with the holy light, and he will eat you. He will eat the nearby corpses to get himself some mana back. Like, he is like, it's just so bad that. And I know Blizzard wants people to do that. They do not want people to go with a covenant because of, you know, the ability or the conduits. They want to go for relative roleplay reasons.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but having heavy metal priest is so Maldraxxus. Like, people are like, priest, you really should go Bastion if you're a holy priest or whatever. And I'm like, I am literally skull. I'm bones and skin. I have to wear gloves. Whatever.